Hi guys, here's Echo from Pektis Studio, and today I want to have a kind of a laid-back video, and in general we wanted to start the series about how to teach our games. So right now in our collection we have Wanderlust, which is the one right next to me, which is also the one I'm going to talk about today, how to teach Wanderlust in a very short period of time. And then we're also going to come up with a video for how to teach Fantastic Sea. And both games, for Fantastic Sea you can pre-order on our website, and for Wanderlust it's already available since last year. You can also purchase on our website pektis.com. So we're gonna start with Wanderlust. If you wanted to teach Wanderlust in minutes, and this video is for player who already played Wanderlust. It's not necessarily a full rule how to play, and we also have a video for it if you want to watch how to play in depth. It is about a 20 minutes long video, so go ahead to watch that one if this is your first time, wants to learn how to play. However, this video, it is about how to teach your family or friends. You want to get them interested in the game and how to play, how to teach them. Step 1, you wanted to show your player what is the goal and maybe show some of the components you think it's interesting. For example, Wanderlust, it is a travel-themed racing game, and you're traveling the world collecting the souvenirs and collecting tickets at the same time. Try to compete destination cards and score them before everyone else does. This is simple information that you give to the player before they stop by the table. This is actually how we kind of grab people's attention during conventions, because usually we don't have much time to tell people what this game about. Once the player is interested about the game, and then you can go further on to step 2, which is what do you do at the turn? The goal here is to try to keep it short. You just want people to be excited before you explain how the turn works. Now, next one is step 2. It is actually explain how the turn works. Wanderlust is actually a very easy game when it comes to rules. There are only 3 actions you can choose to do, and during each turn you perform 2 of the actions. The first one, and all of them actually are very intuitive. The first one is to collect tickets, and you either get it from the blind or from the supply. The second one, it is to travel. Well, obviously we have a world map on the table, so it's kind of intuitive for player to associate that travel, collecting tickets, and travel. The third one is actually collecting souvenirs, and this one is a little bit tricky. However, we do have player aids, actually player board for each player, and then it is better help them to point out that, hey, there are player aids on your player board, so when they have questions, they can try to solve them themselves before they ask you. It kind of keeps your player engaged throughout the game. So once you explain these 3 actions you can do at your turn, and then I would suggest at this time you can perform an example turn. For example, how do you travel from point A to point B? And then during this action, you can also explain how do you travel between airports, and the map is actually connected at the edge, and also there some specific rules such as efficient planner and how do you get victory point by amount of tickets you're spending, and those can all be done during your example turn. This is also a perfect time you can tell your player some special tips you think it might help them to win the game. For example, how do you plan your trip efficiently, and what is your perspective on saving your tickets for later, or is it more important to grab the destination you can achieve right at that moment? So these are all the things you can add in just to make player feel more engaged, so they're more interested, they wanted to know more about the game. During the explanation, it is very important you try not to explain each card, because that not only is going to take super long time to do that, but we actually have a really good reference sheet for all encounter cards as well as objective cards, also secret missions and personal goals, per player abilities. You don't have to do that. It is better you take 1 or 2 as example, and then when player has questions, let them to check the reference sheet, so that not only it saves time, but also, like I said, make the player more engaged, invested throughout the process. Just to repeat how to teach the actions. The first one, it is draw tickets. Second, it's travel. Third one is do the city actions, collecting souvenirs. For example, in the city, you can buy souvenirs. In the port, you can send out postcards. And in Natural Wonder, you can take a photo. And these are also listed on our player boards. It's very easy for first timer to check how to guide them, what actions need what to do. So that's actually it. There are some bits and pieces. There are also some house rules we add in the rulebook for advanced players, but those it is better to mention during the game instead of giving all these tiny pieces at the beginning, because not only players going to forget it, but also you're gonna make the teach quite longer than is necessary to play the game. It's better that people can play while they're learning while they're playing. That's the right thing. Learning while they're playing, that's always the best way to learn. So that is our experience on how we teach in the very, very mini version. For example, just what do you do? What is your goal? Who are you playing? And when is the game? And that would be maybe not even 1 minute introduction to grab your friends or family's attention. And then if they're more interested, you can go on faster to explain the actions. All right, and I hope this video helps you guys to teach your friends. Maybe you have those friends that when they look at Wanderlust, they like, oh, it's a pretty game. How does it go? Then you can be prepared. And if this video helps you, we'll be happy to hear feedback. And like I said, we're going to do for Fantastic Sea as well, also for our future game. If you think it's helpful, if you think there's something we can be better at, let us know in the comments. And like you're a typical, very experienced YouTuber gonna tell you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're very, very, very new to this. And check out Wanderlust, obviously. And also we're going to be at Essen Spiel, like this year, like every year. If you want to check out the game in person, you can also do that. Our booth will, it's in the hall 3, I believe 3M 510. We're going to list all the relevant information in the description box, so go give it a look, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!